From the Detroit Free Press, it's Friday, April 2nd. Here are today's top stories, presented by Bush's Fresh Food Market. Calling all foodies, Bush's is hiring. Are you passionate about food, looking for growth, development, and excellent wages? Come grow with Bush's and apply online at bushes.com/join our team. That's Bush's, BUSCHS.com/join our team.
I'm Adrienne Roberts reporting for the Detroit Free Press. Unemployment claims dropped to their lowest level since the start of the pandemic last week. There were 10,000 claims in the week ending March 27th, compared to nearly 13,000 the week prior. That's good news for Michigan, especially compared with where the state was at this time last year, when there were 304,000 new claims in 1 week when businesses across the state shut down under the stay-home order. The number of new claims has slowly improved since April, but still, claims are nearly double what they were in 2019, prior to the pandemic. New claims have hovered between 10,000 to 11,000 for more than a month now, but that could all change if restrictions are reimposed, with COVID-19 cases and hospitalizations surging in Michigan.
For the Detroit Free Press, I'm Eric D. Lawrence. The first quarter of 2021 is in the books, and the Detroit Three are reporting a better sales picture than this time last year. Ford, General Motors, and Stellantis all saw sales increase over the same period in 2020 of 1%, 4%, and 5% respectively. Stellantis is the company created from the merger this year of Peugeot maker PSA Group and Fiat Chrysler Automobiles. Of course, the comparison to last year includes the initial sales impact from COVID-19 as restrictions were taking hold and consumers were beginning to stay home. All three automakers saw their sales decline in the first quarter of last year. Still, the news was fairly positive for the bottom line, as all three said their retail sales, which tend to mean higher profits, were up for the quarter. And because truck sales are always being watched, it's worth noting that Ram bested Silverado to take the number 2 spot in the truck wars. The Ford F-Series kept its firm hold at the top. Looking ahead, the picture is not so clear. Industry headwinds in the form of the global chip shortage will affect inventories, and that could mean consumers won't have a full slate of choices when they go shopping for a new set of wheels.
I'm Clara Hendrickson for the Detroit Free Press. Last week, Michigan Senate Republicans introduced dozens of bills that propose major changes to elections in the state. They say the package will make it easier to vote, but that's misleading. The package contains bills that would impose stricter voter ID requirements, including a new one for absentee voters, shorten the deadline for returning absentee ballots via drop boxes, prohibit clerks from paying for postage on absentee ballot return envelopes, and restrict the Secretary of State's ability to make absentee ballot applications available to voters. But the package would also allow some teens to pre-register to vote and some members of the military to submit their ballots electronically. And one bill proposes a single day of early voting. While the package contains some proposals that would expand voting access, it includes more substantial changes that would make it harder to vote in Michigan for many people.
This is Christina Hall with the Detroit Free Press. Another COVID-19 variant is present in Michigan. This time, it's the P1 or Brazil variant, which was identified in a Bay County resident. It's the 5th coronavirus variant identified in Michigan. The news comes just days after Michigan became the worst state in the country in COVID-19 cases per capita in the last 7 days, according to the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Cases and hospitalizations are climbing, impacting younger people who, unlike their older counterparts, have not had a chance to be vaccinated. On Monday, all Michiganders aged 16 and older are eligible for a COVID-19 vaccine. The city of Detroit and neighboring Macomb County decided to vaccinate those aged 16 and older already. In the P1 variant case, the female resident was diagnosed in early March and recovered. Her travel history is not known, Bay County health officials say. The state health department director says officials are concerned about the discovery of another variant. She, local and federal health officials urge people to mask up, stay socially distanced, wash hands, and get vaccinated. Michigan is to receive more vaccines next week in an effort to stem the surge in COVID-19 cases, which is now past 678,000. More than 16,140 Michiganders have died from the virus.
For more stories from the Detroit Free Press, be sure to check out freep.com. That's FREEP.com. If you're a fan and want to support our quality local journalism, subscribe. Go to freep.com/special offer.